He'll feed a Coral back to Niang. Now Garland with 10 to shoot. Garland puts it on the floor, draws a number of the pools, deals to Niang for three. Hey, knocks it down. The bench really made a difference in the second quarter. That bench mustered 16 points all night Monday in Chicago as Niang fires a three. He hits. He'll find Niang. Niang turns around and nails a three.
Shoot it, Judge.
LeVert's out here with Wade and Mitchell, Niang and Jerome. Niang on cue.
Ho, ho, ho. Help taking them to these new heights. Shot clock at 5. Niang catch and shoot in the corner. George Niang, the G-Wagon.
And they just play around Valanciunas, get the ball back to him, and he's chewing up that paint area pretty good thus far.
Merrill looks to go back door. Now it's Niang from the corner. He's got it. No natural point guard out here. Niang is all by his lonesome as two of the Wizards were down. Carrington and Koulibaly.
Another year under your belt, understanding what this NBA is about. And when you're comfortable, you see the best out of players once they understand how to play the game.
He's a good shooter.
Raptors 9 for 22 from downtown. Niang with the answer. Under a minute to go here in the third. Garland drive, kick, corner three.
Niang kept Reed off the glass. Here's George into the forecourt. He'll stop and fire. Oh, he knocks it down. Big bucket by George Niang.
If he can even score there yet. So don't make it harder than it needs to be. Let the ball fly. You got the confidence in Coach Keith and your teammates. Shoot that shot.
Definitely appreciate it. Kudos and bravos to Jill as well.
Niang left open in the corner, and George Niang knocks down the three.
Allen got a hand up for the contest. Out comes Garland. He'll work right around Christie. Deal to Niang, who's ready to shoot. Hey, knocks it down.
Jerome, LeVert to the corner. Niang, put it!
The James Harden special as Garland leans in looking for Allen. Allen makes a catch in traffic off to Niang for three. He knocks it down. That was a terrific play with 3.5 to go. Garland draws a double, finds Niang. Niang with a pump fake. He'll fire. He's got it all evening long. Merrill thought about it. He drew a double. Niang's wide open. Hey, knocks it down. Well, you heard Doc Rivers say Sam Merrill was a big.
Sometimes you play better when you're hampered. You know what I mean? Because now it forces you to slow down. That's not the guy you want to leave open.
No, Niang,
yeah.
he's there for a reason. And George is a real good three-point shooter. That was a great acquisition. He's second year of a 3-year deal they gave.
The amount of times the Cavs scored 130 points last season, also 4. Niang for three, and the barrage just continues here in downtown.
Also get knocked out in the first round. So he's just trying to teach him something real quick.
Julian Phillips is in. George Niang hits a three.
Donovan Mitchell had those season-high 36 points in Chicago on Monday, shooting 50% from three the last couple of games. And, well, Sixers fans. Mitchell, Niang from the wing, and George Niang was not going to miss another.
Maybe surprising considering their relative lack of height inside as Garland gets stalled at the foul line. He'll work one off to Niang as Niang cashes in. Garland is met by Curry. Snap one off to Niang for three. George Niang ready to shoot his 9th. Get it into the hands of Ty Jerome. He'll snap a pass to Porter around the horn to Niang. George Niang buries a three.
Defensive end trying to make things happen on the perimeter. You got to take care of that the backside. Make sure you get those defensive rebounds and stop people cutting in the lane.
Now George finds the range.
Coach Atkinson said that to me many times. He says, these are good people, that just good characters. And it's hard to find a lot of times.
Niang off the Porter feed. Jerome stutter steps, finds Allen. Allen has a little extra jump here tonight as Porter works around Kane. Back to Niang. He's got it.
There you go. That's the shot, George. Look at that Eastern Conference. So many teams with bad records. It's really interesting. Teams are struggling. So many injuries, and I've just never seen it where it's so bottom.
To the NBA, and here the Cavs sit late in the third with this comfortable 30-point lead.
Yep.
Travers to the elbow, finds Niang. Niang with a pump fake, got Robinson Earl in the air, and George cashes in. Niang headmans a pass to Porter. 100 seconds to go in the third. Tyson fakes a three. He'll find the trailer. Niang stays hot.
Lakers, and you saw the rest of that list. It's amazing to have that many head coaches on one staff at one time.
Yeah, and it just shows the tree of coaching as you see Niang knock down a three.
Okongwu was the starting center at Southern Cal 1 year before Evan Mobley was. As here's Niang, he'll fire a three. How about that gravitational pull?
Yeah, Luke comes in, he's a big guy, takes up a ton of room, can block shots. You got he and Porzingis on the floor at the same time. Both guys are well over 7 feet tall.
Niang got Cornette on a flyby, and George knocks down the triple. Here's LeVert who runs the floor. Merrill, Niang, open three.
Nice ball movement by the Cavaliers after an excellent defensive stand, putting that body on the offensive guy, not letting him get that defensive rebound or offensive rebound. So.
Niang again. He pockets the corner three. George Niang's a perfect 3 for 3. So Westbrook in his 17th season comes off the bench this year for the Nuggets. Okoro, he'll bounce off to find Garland. Garland slings one back to an open Niang.
Good ball move by the Cavaliers.
This is LeVert with a shot clock at 5. Niang hits the wing three. George Niang.
Back comes Cleveland. Garland to Niang. Straightaway three. Rattles in for George Niang.
That's his job. He's a floor spacer out there beyond the arc.
Mitchell to Niang, now it's Merrill. Once more to George. George in the corner. George has had a confident stroke here this evening. That's his third three. He hits his fourth here tonight.
Yeah, his shot is vastly improved. If that's something that can be done, he has done it.
Niang steps back for three. That wasn't easy as he had to backpedal, and then he had Giannis running right at it. Opened up flaming here in this opening quarter. He has 11. Garland penetrates. He'll work one back to Niang as Niang cashes in. Sixers have been on the comeback trail here as Garland took that away. Back on the Cavs 5 on 3. Garland off to LeVert. Niang's the open man. Hey, knocks it down. Throughout the course of this season.
Yeah, those two are just so explosive. And then we got some great weapons on this team. Donovan can be patient, but when we hit the lows and the doldrums, he can go to work.
Season high for him. It's kept this Utah team right in the game. Mobley posts up a shorter Clarkson, goes back to Niang for a standstill three. Both teams shot it south of 37% in the first half. Niang for three, and both teams are just ripping it here in the third.
Lombardi, Katie Wingy on the postgame, presented by Toyota. Court. Long range, Niang.
Forget all this three-point shooting. Let me get to the rim. Our other guys are. They always leave either one of the bigs on the floor. Jared Allen there as Niang hits the three.
That's out of the double team, that shot there is a difficult shot to make.
16-7 in three-pointers. 17-7 in three-pointers. 26 points at 9 out of 10 free throws for Reeves.
Another open three.
And that's Niang this time.
Another open three.
And then a hand by LeVert on the drive by Williams. Cleveland out in the open court. LeVert to a trailing Garland. To Niang, who spots up, and he nails a three.
Shooting everywhere.
About 170 minutes played this year for Omax. Cleveland shoots it a little early, but they hit it. Niang with 5.6 left of the quarter.
And he and Donovan have become one of the better backcourts in the league.
Niang for three. And another good game in this building for George Niang.
10 rebounds. Grabs another board right there. It's 6 threes, or 3 threes, I should say. It's 6 threes the last time he saw this Charlotte team. Niang can hit a three as well.
He knows when he checks in what he's in there to do, and that's to create chaos and wreak havoc and dominate on both ends of the floor.
Niang drills a three off a LeVert feed, and that wasn't always Karas's role.
Haven't had a challenge used yet, so I'm waiting to see that moment when a coach decides to call it.
Niang, that's a three.
By the way, that third quarter, first time this season in any game, both teams scored 40 in a quarter.
Got to do it every night, so we got to pick it up a little bit. We're a little bit sluggish in our offensive execution. Defensively, we're a little sluggish, a step getting there. Big shot by George Niang. We've got to pick up the intensity. You know, consistent with, you have to just play harder, and that'll cure a lot of ills.
Especially on the defensive end as Niang comes out of the timeout and nails a three. That's the way you want to start. He'll veer off a Merrill screen, get picked up by the taller Turner. Garland looks to set him up, deals to Wade. Now to Niang. Niang did not hesitate, and he pockets a corner three.
Here's LeVert. Inside to outside, Niang squares up a three.
Gives it up to Strus. Strus on the drive, gives it out to Jerome. Jerome sees an opening. Out in the corner, Niang got a three. Garland over to Niang. He has a three-pointer already and got another. Now it's LeVert on the drive out to Niang. He's been so good tonight.
Usual starter, of course, comes off the bench. We were told he was available, but he wasn't in the starting lineup, so there was some question as Niang fires a three. Takes the entry feed from Donovan Mitchell. Works off a Thompson screen. Skips inside, deals to Niang. Niang nails the three.
He may said enough is enough. There goes Amin Thompson, so all you got three of his energy guys in.
19-6 as the Rockets run. And then George Niang from the corner.
Sure, JT is celebrating that championship also.
Another offensive rebound. Can't give these guys too many chances at threes because they have way too many good shooters.
This is not a great rebounding team either, the Cavaliers. I believe they rank 18th or 19th in the league, so it's not one of their strengths. So you certainly can't allow it to be a strength tonight.
Well, that guy, one of his strengths, yep, the three-point shots. George Niang back in town.
Kenny Atkinson and staff have addressed throughout the season what they term slippage, as Ty Jerome will deal to George Niang. Niang cans a corner three.
Pump fake, good job.
Ty Jerome off to Donovan Mitchell, extra pass. Niang's open. He's got a terrific swing by Mitchell, and Niang cashes in with his second triple.
Had a double screen right there at the mid post. He was able to get behind that double screen that blocked all the Cavs out.
George Niang.
Athlete.
This man has refined his game. I mean, we've seen Thompson on display. Just has a lot of natural instinct, natural ability, as well as here's Mitchell off to Niang. Niang fires and hits George Niang.
Basketball, Van Fleet would not pick it up. I thought he was going to pick it up, and they would have had him in a perfect trap.
Niang nails another three.
Big shot by George Niang.
Another long rebound. It's Garland this time. Mitchell again to Niang. Strus back to Niang. Hey! Knocks it down. George Niang.
Good awareness by both of those guys. Ooh, eye-to-eye communication.
Stewart looks for an opening. That was knocked away by Evan Mobley. Jerome picks it up. Jerome's on the run. He'll find the trailer. It's Niang. Hey! Knocks it down.
And the rebound comes down to Jalen Tyson. Tyson full speed ahead. That's Niang, and that's good. Niang, the quick release and a feathery touch for George Niang. He has not led in this game. Tyler Short, he is just off his game. 3 for 12. Niang, too clean for him. George Niang.
There's going to be a lot of discussion, a lot of banter going back and forth until the trade deadline next Thursday. Hawks turn it over. They do that a lot. Ty Jerome finds Niang, and the two off the bench make an instant connection as Niang. The lefty Wallace can't hit it. There's Allen.
And these are good, just what we heard Quinn Snyder say in his timeout. These are good open looks.
How about that find from Darius Garland?
A couple of guys have been,
group.
Yeah, a couple of guys have been there before. James Harden 11, Steph Curry 11, Kevin Durant 15, LeBron James 21. George Niang checks in, and look at those numbers in terms of the three-point shooting. The Cavs are a scorching 7 of 9. Niang looks for 8, got it.
The ball movement is just absolutely at optimum right now for the Cavaliers. Going into this All-Star break, I was telling you, we get into March, man. It looks crazy. There's a ton of games. We get through March, season's basically over.
Knocking down big-time threes, unafraid, Mr. White.
90-75 Celtics. Levert feed it. Niang. His jumper is good.
Sam Merrill, top side to Mobley for the Cavaliers. Playing in front of the Piston bench. George Niang fires and fills it. And that's a triple for the big man.
Niang's all alone. George cashes in, and Brian Keith wants to talk it over.
To understand it, sit and look at these tablets and give him the yay or nay on whether or not to challenge these things. A lot of pressure.
Mitchell sweeps one off to Niang, who gets the roll. George Niang.
Those are his strengths. That's how you should see him thrive within the context of this offense.
Garland, bunch of moves. Niang sticks the three. Out for Niang. He's got a three.
Justin with 5 boards tonight. Unforced error there for the Wizards. Leads to Niang, 3. Timeout Washington. Getting into that mid-range, finding his spot. 1 dribble, 2 dribble pull-ups.
Yeah, you know what's next on the table with Bud. Just seeing if he can go all the way and finish it, but Niang continues to have wide open. There's those turnovers.
Young over to Niang again. This is a 3-point shootout the Atlanta Hawks are having.
Tristan da Silva, 3-point shot, no good. One and done, a rebound, Krejci. Anthony Black matched up with him. Krejci, good penetration. Niang, a 3-point shot, it's good.
5 of 6 tonight. 10-point Nick lead.
That's what Niang does, folks. Can't leave him uncontested.
Has never had back-to-back 40-point games, Clyde, in his career. Only 4 points shy.
Nick's not blocking out that time. It cost him.
Niang knocks down a 3. Knicks have hit the 100-point mark here in the third quarter. Niang wide open, knocks down a 3. Young back out. Niang from 3.
Still got 3:31 to go.
How much?
I'm sorry, 1:30. My bad.
Hey, there's George Niang making everything right. Onyeka. Daniels. Here's Niang hiking up a 3. Got it. Well, the Hawks are going to need him down the stretch. He was the odds-on favorite. But now I think Dyson has a legitimate shot at it. Niang for 3. There it is.
Oh, he is a shooter.
Trey dancing around Hardaway. Niang slips the screen, gets the behind the back and fires. Hits the 3.
Cunningham there with a double-double at the half so far.
Niang again. Good. Hawks get 3 back. Oh, my. Gray working against Thompson. Long arm defender at 6'6". Catch and shoot, corner 3, Niang, yes! Trey bumps it all rim, rebound on Onyeka. Finds Niang for a catch and shoot 3, good! George having a night.
Yes, he is.
Cunningham at 6'6", 220. All of that. Niang, big 3.
Hey.
Ricochet. Trey moving in. Corner 3, Niang.
Another one there?
Yes, sir, buddy. Trey, nice fake. Oh, coming back is Wiggins to block the shot. Capella comes down with it. He kicks it out to an open Niang, and he buries a 3. Marquez playing his first game since February the 13th. Behind the back, here's Niang. George is loving playing with Trae Young. Heat were here last. Marquez started the game for Miami. Niang. Oh, baby.
Bam Adebayo with 98 dunks on the season, 10th most in the league. Beautiful finish there. That's all muscle. Niang.
Trey splits the defenders. Open is Niang, and he drills a three. 5:13 to go, second quarter. 63% shooting. Pro KC and Jordan Niang.
When you come down and take a shot like that.
Niang. That's good. The doc was saying, oh my goodness.
Probably 40 a night, and I'm being generous.
Niang, big three for Atlanta. The Shack of the Mac.
Oh man,
Gary Trent.
He was physical. Wide open shot there.
There you boy, Niang. Ricochet, Trey, Mann, Capella, and Niang on the floor, and George gets a wide open three. Hits it. 10 seconds left in the half. LeVert to Niang. Corner three, good.
Big shot.
Onyeka's second foul. 102 to 100. Niang drops in a three. Okongwu. Karis LeVert. Another former Pacer. Niang again.
And money.
Dyson Daniels on the lob to Clint. Ooh, knocked away by Neesmith. Niang connects. He is from Pelham, Alabama. Mann. Niang. Nice up and in three. Ricochet. Terrence Mann driving in on Yabusele. Corner three for Niang. That's George's second corner three of the game. Be right there for the little one. 86-75. Here's Niang. Yes, for three.
And great ball movement again.
10-point game. Bridges flips it off. No good. Rebound LeVert. Hawks are running. LeVert weaving his way through that Charlotte defense like the downtown connector. And Niang, speaking of connections.
Here's Watford, gets denied. Big time rejection from Okongwu.
Onyeka, he's undersized, big, but he has great timing. That was the option there.
Johnson can't hit the three. Long rebound, Krejci. Able to keep it in bounds. Krejci flings it back. Niang connects on a three.
On the screen, defender bites, thinks he's going over the screen to get a mid-range.
George Niang. Last couple of seasons, a guy who's a defense first guard with a lot of range and length. George Niang hits the three.
Love to see those games, but right here at State Farm, Michigan has already made it here next week to the corner. Up top, here's Niang. Got it from three. A big shot for the Hawks.
Niang got an open shot, good pass there. But when you don't have an inside presence, that sometimes you can just throw it to take a little pressure off those shooters, man, it becomes tough.
George Niang. Trey. Back to Karis. 8 to shoot. Looking for a better shot. It's Niang. Yes! Over to Trey. He'll drive. Turns on Draymond. Hooks into the corner. Beats got it. He takes it up. Back up to George for three. Yes!
It's the Hawks night tonight, baby.
Recognizes the clock behind the back to beat. 2 seconds. One. Quickly up for Niang. Good! Just beat the buzzer. 107-89. Niang. Uh-oh, you know what that was?
Heat check.
He's been quiet here in the early part of the game.
It's coming.
Take away. Niang this time. Ricochet back to George. He'll put up the three ball and nail it. Averaging 5.6. He's on a 10-day contract in Philadelphia. 19-16. Niang from the wing. Oh, man. That's two in a row. Short clock for Mann. Veet keeps it away from the defender, drives the lane, over the top to Niang. Good! Because we had another injury. One of our veteran referees, Derek Collins, was injured, supposed to work today. Niang hits another three. 115-103. Fans denied Chick-fil-A on the make. Niang lets one fly and gets back on track.
Outwork. They've got to win those
chances, and that very valuable for the second unit.
And Holiday back after a couple DNP CDs. Niang drops it in. Second three for him. He's got 10. Niang with the start for Atlanta here in the third quarter. Knocks down the three. Back out Okongwu, now to Daniels. Using a lot of clock, now to Niang, the three. Gone, they got it, another one. It is only a three-point game.
That's become his shot. By the way, a 10-point quarter for Tyler Hero and a 24-point game. Niang banked it in.
With the Hawks in perspective, 9 of 13 in terms of points in the paint is what they're shooting. Getting some open looks. And Niang gets another. He's sitting on 9 3-point makes. He's attempted now 51 after that shot. And George Niang, there's something about a guy like Mohamed Gay and George Niang.
As long as I've seen him play, I think he's always been the minivan. So
I don't know if you knew him pre-minivan or actually when minivan began.
That's a good question.
The minivan needs to stop doing that, though.
In their path before they go there, then it's a charge. If you're not, it's not. And that just very clearly looked to me like he did not establish position before Giannis hit him.
George Niang once again.
Leaves it short. And again, the Hawks running game. 11 fast break points in that first quarter. The minivan open for business.
Mavs wanted to go 2 for 1. They may have shot it so quickly. Atlanta will try to do that. Niang, corner three. And Niang hits it, to my point earlier. Atlanta making up a little bit of ground, though. They're within 8. They can make it a 5-point game. They do. Niang, timeout.
Wow. 68% shooting by the Knicks, and Anunoby cannot miss. 6 for 8. Hawks get a 3-ball back.
Well,
Hawks with 9, 8. Trey looking. Back to Niang. 3-pointer. Good.
big shot.
Maybe that'll be a little spark.
Little momentum.
To carry into the second half. I mean, he has taken the fight to the Hawks like we haven't seen out of OG over the years. I mean, he's a wonderful player. Don't get me wrong. And a Niang 3 here to stop some of the bleeding.
Oh, man. We could have had a couple pair of those, Bob. You know, we do a lot of supporting of, you know,
very important calls.
Yes, very important. Great calls. You know, I'm a part of that as well, but I would like a pair of those sneakers. He got up in the air, had nowhere to go.
Third steal for Dyson as he pads his league-leading total. The G-Wagon from the top.
Young got the screen from Gay. Terrence Mann out to Niang. Good three-point shooter. Nothing but net.
Young picked up by Etienne. Niang lets it fly. Bottom, a 3. Roller, Okongwu. Kick out, Niang. He sticks it from long range. Saw something in him early. Niang. That's a 3.
A couple of years older than you.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. You know, I think the main one I go to is Kyle, since I've watched him since I was a kid. And he actually wanted me to shout out him on this when I got on. He
Good
said,
for
give me
you.
a shout out. So shout out to Kyle.
He does something special here tonight. 7-point Sixers lead. 1:25 to go. Former Sixer George Niang for 3. Crowd wanted that one. 85 all. Final 35 seconds of the third. Niang gives Atlanta back the lead.
Ricky Council down with 9. And it's 91-87. Niang for 3. And that's going to go up through the basket. So